In what feels like the longest transfer saga in football history is finally over. It has come to an end. Jadon Sancho has been announced as a Manchester United player. Obviously, he's out busy at the Euros right now, but it's been announced by Manchester United. Fabrizio Romano's got the here we go ready tweet, and all is good in the world. However, everyone's talking about Manchester United. How are they going to line up? Can they win the league with Jadon Sancho? Are there summer signings going to propel them to newfound glory? But not too many people on the other side of the coin, on the other side of the fence. How are Dortmund going to recover from losing one of their biggest assets? Keep in mind that they've just got a knack for buying talent cheap and selling high. They somehow frauded Barcelona, paying upwards of 120 million for an injured Ousmane Dembele. BVB do know how to turn a quick profit. That's why today I'm going to be trying to replace Jadon Sancho in this summer transfer window. What happens when he moves to Manchester United and Dortmund are left with a war chest of money to spend? So BCHD's taken the job at the Signal Iduna Park to try fix things here. We're going to be trying to find his replacements. It's not all doom and gloom. Life after Jadon Sancho, the grass is greener on the other side. Here's Dortmund's current team with Jadon Sancho in the squad, but without him, yeah, it looks a little bit less threatening, but they still have their main superstars like Haaland. Reyna's going to be a baller in the future. I've built my wish list on who can become the perfect candidates to replace Jadon Sancho, but it all relies on Jadon actually being sold in this transfer window, so we're going to have to try sell him to United. So let's try and milk him for as much money as he's worth. I've transfer listed Sancho, and these are the kind of offers I'm getting in. Not Manchester United, but his former employers, Manchester City. They're lowballing us, giving us a little swap deal, trying to take the easy way out. They're offering us a Bernardo Silva plus £7.2 million. That is never going to cut it. Plus, I need the red side of Manchester to come offer for the Englishman, so that is a flat out no. Pep, you've well and truly missed your chance. City have fumbled the bag on this one. Here goes nothing. Alright, we have got an offer from Manchester United, but again, what are with these Manchester clubs trying to scheme their way through things? They're trying to wheel and deal, offering up Luke Roberto Carlos Shaw, one of the best left backs in the world right now. As much as I would love him, I just don't think that's realistic. Ole, come on, work with me here. You haven't traveled all the way to Germany for nothing. Let's get this deal on the road. I don't want any Luke Shaw. Just give me a flat out transfer fee for him. Give us 115 mil. We'll work things out from there. Come on, United. You've got the money. Why are they offering us Domenico Berardi? Base valuation. Just give me his base value and that's all. Okay, finally, we've got the deal done over the line. No swapping players nonsense. As a Manchester United fan, it feels good to see Jadon Sancho in red. I can't wait for the Euros to be over so that he can fly his way into Old Trafford and become the impact player that the Red Devils have been needing for so long now. Been linked to the club for over 2 seasons, and we've made it a reality here in FIFA 21 career mode. I can just see it already. FIFA 22, literally every thumbnail having Jadon Sancho in a Manchester United kit. It's inevitable. We might have had to stoop down to Manchester United's negotiation levels, but we've finally sold him. We've secured the bag right here, and look at the transfer budget. £170 million. I'll take that. Get in, Dortmund fans. We're going shopping. However, let me know down in the comments below, how do you think Jadon Sancho is going to perform back in England and in the Premier League, pretty much making his Premier League debut? Is he going to enhance the United starting 11, or is he going to struggle with the number 7 curse on his back? Noni Madueke. Yes, you probably guessed from the thumbnail, but here's my immediate Jadon Sancho replacement. He's definitely nowhere near the quality of Jadon Sancho at this current moment, but hey, in 2 to 3 seasons, if we play our cards right, he could definitely be worth over 100 million. We've gifted him the number 7 kit number, activated his £18.2 million release clause, and the Englishman arrives from PSV. He's an exciting prospect. He's English just like Sancho, can also play a right mid, just an added bonus as well. The icing on top of the cake, he's got a face scan in game, and he's only 18, which is a pretty similar age in which Dortmund picked up Sancho back in the day. Yes, I know we spent a lot more money on Madueke than Dortmund spent on Sancho, but it's the thought that counts. Here is a look at his attributes, some of his best, including dribbling at an 80. We've got sprint speed and acceleration already at a 90 and 92, agility at an 83, sitting in the dark greens. Is he about to be the next Jadon Sancho? Well, we're going to find out, as I'm going to put him on the wide midfielder development plan just to get his attacking work rate up. I want him to be bombing up the pitch, always causing the defenders a problem and being a threat. Not only is Madueke joining us, but his teammate from PSV, Marlon, Daniel Marlon, who's made a few appearances here and there at the Euros this summer, £45 million. A lot of talk right now about him being the Jadon Sancho replacement, but considering he's more of a striker, I believe he doesn't really fit the mold of being that Jadon Sancho replacement. We negotiated a deal, and the brand new number 17 will be joining us. No face scan, but he's definitely going to provide some competition and decent backup for Erling Haaland up top. 2 PSV ballers that have been heavily linked to the Signal King Aladuna Park, and you're probably going to tear it up in the Bundesliga if those moves definitely go through. Trust me, we're not done there yet. We've got a whole chunk of change. The Jadon Sancho money is still ready to be spent. In order to get serious here and strengthen other departments, we've introduced a midfield reinforcement, the Frenchman, Maxence Caqueret. The 20-year-old arrives from everyone's favorite French youth academy factory. It is Olympique Lyon for £33.5 million. And of course, he joins the club of wonder kids with a face scan. In an area of this Dortmund squad that is aging and brittle, we needed a brand new reinforcement for the defense. What better way to do it than bringing in Takehiro Tomiyasu? Currently, the Japanese centre-back / right-back arriving from Bologna has signed for £12.9 million, and the 21-year-old I'm actually going to convert into a right-back so that we can replace the aging Piszczek. I know he's the captain, but we've got to move on at some stage as we brought in the next generation. He's currently linked to Spurs in real life, could do wonders in the Premier League just like he has for Bologna and Serie A. Last but certainly not least, I think it's the first time I've signed this guy in career mode this year. It is Silas, formerly known as Wamantuka. He's been all the rage in FIFA 21. If you've been online, you can't escape this guy. I know he's an overpowered god in Ultimate Team, but you know, we don't really dabble in that side of FIFA. It's rare that you come across a player that's overpowered in both career mode and Ultimate Team, and the African is exactly that, arriving from fellow Bundesliga club Stuttgart for £23 million. A 21-year-old can play anywhere in the front line, but considering he's going to provide some stiff competition for Madueke, I'm actually going to convert him into a left midfielder so he can eventually replace Eden Hazard. The position conversion is well and truly underway, gonna take him 7 weeks and will also improve that weak foot. Meanwhile, Tomiyasu will take 23 weeks to transition into a right back. That's going to do it for our transfer business. I didn't want to overdo it, considering Dortmund aren't really the type to splash the cash. Here's your look at your brand new Dortmund starting 11 after Jadon Sancho's departure. We've got a couple new acquisitions in the mix. So Madueke, make this your breakout campaign and show us what you're made of. So life after Jadon Sancho was always going to be tough, but trying to replace him is a whole nother task in of itself, as here in the Bundesliga, BVB have finished in 4th, just qualifying for the Champions League, level on points with Leverkusen, Bayern in 2nd, and we have new German champions in RB Leipzig. They couldn't make it all the way through to the DFB Pokal finals. They were eliminated in round 2 on penalties to Bielefeld. Champions League held its own challenges in of itself as they finished top of Group F. They were absolutely obliterated in the round of 16 at 5-1 aggregate loss to Juve. Considering our manager rating and league position, it wasn't the most impressive inaugural campaign for Sir BCHD, but let's take a look at the top performers. Obviously, you've got your Haalands in there, who of course are going to be the top goal scorers. The Norwegian 20-year-old already had a 90, 32 goals and 2 assists. He's got the potential to steal the show away from Madueke, but someone who I didn't really expect to come through, our brand new left midfielder, we converted him, and it's Silas in there with 12 goals and 4 assists, and one player to get double figures in both departments. In terms of goals and assists, it's Rafael Guerrero, 10 and 12. But who we've really come to see, Noni Madueke, he's gone up a +3, now standing at a 77. The growth is there, however the performances haven't really been up to par. I mean, only 13 appearances, you can only do so much in and off the bench. 1 goal and 1 assist for the Englishman, starting off on the right as Daniel Malen, his fellow PSV ex-partner, the Dutchman super sub, replacing Haaland with 2 goals and 17 appearances. Thanks to the wide midfielder development plan, it's improved some key attributes, but we might have to shake things up come season 2 as the flair and technical dribbler traits still remain. Financially, he's improved 150%, now valued on the transfer market at £22.5 million. I think we're all aware that Madueke is going to provide that instant impact. He needs to acclimatise to German football, he needs to adapt to the Bundesliga, so hopefully second season syndrome doesn't catch up to him, so he can propel his career further with Dortmund. And I don't really feel the need to ball big in this transfer window. I feel like we've got the squad, I believe in the lads. I know we might be in some managerial trouble right now, but hopefully Sir BCHD's managerial masterclass and tactics are going to pay off. Actually, no, scrap that. I've had a change of heart. Considering we're not using the updated squads, we have Mike Magnan still at Lille. He hasn't transferred to AC Milan, and the French goalkeeper called up the Didier Deschamps squad will be our brand new starting number 1 to replace Berkey. After further inspection, we needed a brand new shot stopper in between the sticks. 81 rating isn't going to cut it in the simulation, so there we go, 40 million, money well spent. For those wondering, we face an even tougher challenge continentally in the Champions League. Madueke is going to be coming up against the likes of Manchester City, Villarreal, and Galatasaray in Group B. Not the easiest of Champions League groups, I'll go ahead and say that. A huge platform to present himself and showcase his talents on the big stage, as this is the current development plan we're running this season. We're switching things up to an inverted wide midfielder. Actually, we're going for the big one. 5-star skill moves, 5-star weak foot. Let's see if by the end of the campaign he's cracked into the 80s. After we've closed the curtain on Season 2, the boys haven't really seemed to challenge for the title. I mean, they're in and up in the conversation, but when it comes to staying power, the top two consist of Bayern and Leipzig right now. BVB sitting in third position with 76 points. Over in the German Cup, it was Leipzig who strolled to a 4-0 win against Karlsruhe. I think they're a second or third division team that made it all the way into the big dance. Where did Dortmund get knocked out to Union Berlin in round 2? These are some terrible cup performances they're putting in. Heck, maybe they do need Jadon Sancho after all. Here in Group B, how did they finish on top with 3 losses and 3 wins? 9 points saw them take it out. Man City finished bottom. That group came down to the final day, and my god, it was tight. In the round of 16, Napoli prevailed though, again getting knocked out to an Italian outfit. This time the Azzurri with a 1-0 aggregate win, and all the way in the final, it is Spurs to win against Liverpool 2-1 and get some revenge for 2019. No, Chiellini, you can't say those famous words. I'm sorry, buddy. Whilst the results and performances in the competitions aren't really there, let's check in individually and see how the boys did. Who were the main MVPs again? And this time it is Silas who comes out on top, beating Haaland in terms of goals scored. He wins the Golden Boot with 26 goals and 7 assists. 33 goal contributions in 35 appearances. Maybe he should have been the chosen one to replace Sancho, because he, on that left-hand side, is finding so much joy. I'm expecting mega numbers when it comes to assists for Madueke. Having a 93 rated Haaland in up front surely should be converting most of his chances. 22 goals and 2 assists for the Norwegian, and here we have Noni Madueke. That's more like it. Now, with his second campaign, he got himself 41 appearances, so definitely game time has increased tenfold. In terms of output, 12 goal contributions, 9 goals and 3 assists for the Englishman. Just turned 20 years of age and received a +4 to his overall. Daniel Malen, a super sub in off the bench with 3 goals and 1 assist, as the Dutchman in up top is finding his place. He knows his role. Meanwhile, Madueke's fellow countryman Jude Bellingham, I'm sure they're loving life playing in the same team. He scored 1 goal and 2 assists in 12 appearances. Now establishing himself in the low 80s, he's earned that 5-star skill moves, 5-star weak foot as well, and his physical department is starting to look all green. His stamina has increased to a 77. You've heard me say it time and time again, but one of the most important stats in career mode. Move on over to the technical area, and a couple attributes receiving their boosts like curve, crossing, free kick accuracy, and finishing. Meanwhile, financially, the trajectory has headed up, but not quite as rapidly as I would have liked. Noni Madueke now valued on the transfer market at £35 million. An invaluable season when it comes to personal growth and development. However, that needs to translate onto the pitch. We need to start getting these results, otherwise Sir BCHD is headed for the sack. Come on, Madueke, I know you've got it in you. Sancho has laid out the blueprints. A fellow Englishman should be following along and understanding the assignment. To get Season 3 kicked off on the right vibe, we have gifted Noni Madueke a contract extension. He's now signed on for the next 5 years and is getting paid 91k a week. If that isn't a starting 11 challenging for the Bundesliga title, or if not winning silverware this season, I don't know what is. You know what, we're going to go back on the inverted wide midfielder. On his finishing, attack positioning, and shot power auto increase. I want to see more goals getting banged in by the Englishman. We're not stopping here at club level. His main goal is to get caught up by Gareth Southgate. I want him on the plane. I want him to also take football home. We're not just focusing here at Dortmund. This is a mission on a wider spectrum. It's taken about 3 good years, but Noni Madueke and the gang have finally tasted their first success. They've gotten their hands on a piece of silverware, and that is the Bundesliga title, either on goal difference or head-to-head. BVB are victorious, and they reign champions over Germany once again. Getting relegated is Hamburg, Werder Bremen, and Greuther Fürth. Over in the DFB Pokal, they still continue to struggle in this German Cup competition. I don't know what it is, but they just love getting knocked out in round 2. 2-0 to Werder Bremen this time. Over in the continental competitions, the Champions League see them finish top of their group again. Here in Group C, undefeated with 16 points up against Dinamo Zagreb, Lazio, and Genk. The round of 16 provided for some thrilling action as they finally progressed past this stage. Atletico Madrid getting knocked out 3-1 on aggregate, and then Barcelona on away goals. Those damn away goals. UEFA have now removed them from the Champions League, so in future, I guess in FIFA 22, we won't be seeing the away goal thrillers. This time, the Blaugrana get the better of us and eliminate Madueke's men. Here are your title champions. How much did Madueke actually have to participate this season? Did he play a major role? And of course he did. But first, we've got to cover the performances of a special man from the Congo. It is Silas. 49 39 appearances, 26 goals and 2 assists. He's outscoring the likes of Haaland. You know who else got close to outscoring Haaland? It was Madueke himself, growing up a +3, and he's overall currently at an 86, scored 19 goals this season and got 9 assists, so more goal contributions than Haaland. I'm just saying, 28 goal contributions. He has had the season of his life, a season to remember. The Norwegians campaign went a little bit like this. He's up at a 94, so 19 goals and 4 assists. Daniel Malen knows his place as a super sub. He was never really going to replace Haaland with 2 goals and 24 appearances off the bench. Development-wise, we've improved his attacking game, whilst also his stamina department skyrockets to an 84. As season 4 looms large, I said 2 to 3 years he should be valued at over £100 million. Take it or leave it, but my prediction was a little bit off. At 21 years of age, the Englishman is now valued at £72 million with a 63% boost from last season. No doubt we're about to witness exponential growth for the Sancho replacement. The man's deserved it. Give him a big juicy new contract, 120k a week. Let's upgrade that salary for our main man. It's the age-old question, how do you polish perfection? I don't know, you're Bundesliga champions. Where can he improve his game? I'm thinking maybe in the composure department, long passing as well, or we just go back to wide playmaker. I think wide playmaker might be the play this season. This time around, we might be getting busy in the transfer window and trying to improve this supporting cast that we're building around Madueke right now. What's a FIFA video without a bit of rivalry, without a bit of club banter? And I thought, might as well take the piss out of Schalke right now. Pure shithousery going on right here. We're signing their American hero, the wonder kid, Matthew Hope. Matthew Hope or Hop? I don't know how to pronounce his name, but he was listed on the free agency. They didn't renew his contract, and I thought, beauty, might as well snap him up. Meanwhile, on the other hand, we're getting some serious deals done. I thought, Hummels is really deteriorating. He's getting to that age, and he's just getting old now. Let's face it, we need some new, fresh blood into the club, and especially to revitalize the defensive department. Ibrahima Konate, welcome to Borussia Dortmund for £67.9 million, and he actually arrives from Bayer Leverkusen, so we're weakening our fellow title contenders or just fellow Bundesliga outfits. I'm planning for Dani Olmo to come in as a brand new starting cam. The Spaniard at £96.9 million, he arrives from Liverpool and signs on the dotted line. I'm really excited to see what he can do here as Marco Reus is about to retire. Gio Reyna really hasn't had that impact we all expected him to. I want a primed and ready Spaniard that is ready to create and provide Madueke and Haaland with plentiful opportunities. And what about this for a blast from the past? Who remembers this guy? Lucas Paquetá, the former Flamengo and AC Milan Brazilian wonder kid. He's kind of revived his career at Olympic Lyon and is also kind of making an impact for Brazil at the Copa America. I thought we might as well bring him in, another 25-year-old about to approach his prime and could have the potential to be one of the best Bundesliga greats alongside Olmo. This is how my current Dortmund squad have taken the field, and of course, as soon as Olmo signed, he's picked up an injury. Not the best start to life here in Germany for the Spaniard. However, these are the players that will enter the starting 11. We've gifted Madueke the captain's armband, so hopefully he takes that into good stride. A dream season for Madueke right now would be to hit the 90s. If he could just get up to that considered world-class level, that would be insane, and he could be breaking through that 9-figure valuation, so fingers crossed. I haven't really been paying too much attention towards the transfer side of Makelele's story right now because we've just been so laser focused in trying to get him to live up to Sancho's expectations, and I feel like we've kind of succeeded in that manner. As we reach January, we've got a couple of transfer offers on the table already. He's attracting some big clubs, as Arsenal have come through with £117.9 million, and fellow Bundesliga outfit Hertha Berlin are lowballing us here just with £100.7 million. We'll reject these guys for now, but it's interesting to see what kind of clubs are coming in for him. They're starting to establish themselves as cutthroat champions right here, defending their Bundesliga title with 85 points, only losing once this season and securing the league again. Bayern in second again, no real competition right now as RB Leipzig slip into third. Back-to-back league titles for Madueke as he got to lift that one up, and in the DFB Pokal, you've already guessed it, we've probably been knocked out in round 2. No, this time it's round 3. Good on them, it's the furthest they've gone so far, this time eliminated to Borussia Mönchengladbach 2-1. I've actually been forgetting to showcase this to you guys, but I think they've actually won quite a couple of these. In the German Super Cup versus Bayern, they win that one out 2-1. Right here in the Champions League, every season they participated in after my tenure, they've reached the top of the group. This time sharing it with the likes of Atalanta, Braga and Fenerbahce, and this time on goal difference or goals scored, they came through on top, and here we knocked out former European champions. They've won it so far in this video. Spurs get eliminated on away goals 2-2. We get saved again against English opposition, and I was complaining about the away goals rule earlier, and it's actually clutch victory for us twice now as we progress through to the semi-finals and beat up Bayer Leverkusen 4-3. It was an all-German, all-Italian semi-final, and right here in the big dance we get to face Juventus. in the 2024 Champions League final. And it's 2024, so you know what that means. International football this summer, the Copa America, and of course what we're focusing on, Euro 2024. We'll see after this season if Madueke has earned his right to get on the plane and to be called up into Gareth Southgate's squad. However, we've got a Champions League final to play, and I actually want to play it. I want to see how Madueke performs in game, how he feels gameplay-wise, and hopefully see him lift the Holy Grail, the Champions League title, ensuring that Dortmund become European champions for the first time since the 90s. And for today's proceedings, we're gathered here at Wembley, just like where the 2013 Champions League final took place when it was Dortmund versus Bayern. So I don't know if that's exactly a good omen. All right, we'll get things kicked off. It is Juve to get the match underway. Let's have it. Over to Olmo. We've got an opening down this right-hand side. Madueke calling for it, and it's a beautiful little let-off into Kakare, and he tries to feed him through, but doesn't exactly go to plan. We still have the ball alive in possession. Madueke coming in on the inside, a big cross in the middle, and in the chamber of uncertainty, it doesn't prevail. Paquetá wins the ball back, and it wasn't a foul. Juventus building up nicely, and it's Akanji who comes in with the defensive intervention, and Olmo trying to get Madueke involved in this game. The Englishman with a burst of pace, he'll set through a lovely through ball, and that is a set-up shot for Haaland right in front of goal. The Norwegian takes those, but what a ball to thread the needle and just curve its way around the defenders. Perfection with the long pass by Madueke to set up that golden opportunity, and it was laid on a platter. Look at this ball. I think it's his weak foot, it's his right foot, and he just curves it around the entire Juventus backline. The goalkeeper wasn't expecting that, and when you give Haaland that kind of opportunity, there's no doubt he's going to take it. Let through Madueke, who'll showcase his 5-star skills. Back on over to Tomiyasu, and the ball over the top. Haaland tried to chip it over, but it's well blocked, and Tomiyasu again, and it could be another assist for Madueke. This time it's Dani Olmo who capitalizes on the opportunity, and the Spaniard will get that second, and it doubles our lead. Madueke single-handedly setting up both the goals, and this time it was a simple cross, a little tap, a love tap from the Spanish playmaker, and Tomiyasu, who's sharing such a great connection with the Englishman on the right-hand side. Dortmund are running riot here in London, and no one can stop them. We could be at it again with a third before half-time. No, it won't be, as the referee ends it there. The first 45 has literally been a dream start for the boys in black and yellow. The referee's just looking for ways to get Juve back in this game. The Madueke foul was more of a penalty than that. Kakare catches him late, but doesn't really do much as the Frenchman concedes the penalty here. Mike Maignan, is he able to keep this one out? Paulo Dybala goes the wrong way, sends the keeper the wrong way, and now Juventus have gotten one back thanks to their masked Argentine. The game is not over yet. Doesn't get caught by the referee, and Madueke has just sent the defender to the shops. Now Olmo, if he releases at the right time, it is a lovely chance for the Englishman to get a goal at Wembley, and it's a finesse shot at the near post. Couldn't catch out Szczesny, attempting to contain this Juventus attack, and it's a ball over the top. Paulo Dybala again, but Mike Maignan is there. Here we go, Bukayo Saka. I've learned how to say his name thanks to the Arsenal Youth Academy video. The comments kept me in check, and now he's about to score on me as Mike Maignan takes... Okay, don't tell me that's a penalty. If that's a penalty, that's a penalty? You're or is he offside? Okay, don't bait me like that again, referee. Trying to open up this Juventus defense once again. We've done it before. There is no reason why we can't do it a third time. Now Kakare to set up Madueke, and for a goal at Wembley to seal the deal. And it is European champions Dortmund. You'd think that'd be enough to seal it. You'd think that'd be enough to get their hands on the trophy. And it's none other than the captain, who has not stopped running this entire night. And in front of the Juventus fans, he's just rubbed salt into the wounds there. Dani Olmo with the beautiful layup. A perfect passage of play to split open this defense. It's like stealing candy off a baby. We have broken the old lady's cane, and she can't walk anymore. Yes, I know that's a tough metaphor. Metaphorically, we've done it in this game to Juventus. It's his second goal in the Champions League, and probably the most important one. Oh my god, it's another penalty. Just to add to the drama, there is no reason whatsoever this should be a penalty. Like, it's going to have no effect on the game. But here we go, Dybala again. Can Maignan have another save? And no, he won't. He goes the exact same way, exact same technique, and it's 3-2. Just to lengthen the game that much more. He's celebrating like an absolute prat. We'll just keep a hold of this, and that's the last kick of the game. 3-2 to Dortmund. He's a European champion, a German champion. He's proven that a UK player can achieve greatness outside of the UK. He has just dropped a masterclass in this European final at Wembley. If Gareth Southgate isn't considering him for the squad, he's got major problems. So let's see if he's going to represent his nation at the Euros, and maybe a major transfer offer is going to come in Season 5, and Dortmund might just be able to flip him for like 10 times his value. It's probably one of the most coveted doubles they could have won this season, and here are your best players. The top charts including Erling Haaland on top of the goal scoring. For the first time in quite a while, the Norwegian has outscored his teammates with 32 goals and only 1 assist. This time Silas, who didn't really have too much of an impact on the Champions League final, didn't really get into the game. Looks like he had another stellar campaign again with 26 goals and 15 assists, not just scoring them but setting them up. That is 41 goal contributions. Insane stuff from the African. As Noni Madueke, I said if he reached the 90s that'd be a dream season, but unfortunately he's only gone up a +2, knocking on the door of one of the world's best as he scored 15 goals, including the third in the Champions League final, and 9 assists. 24 goal contributions in 53 appearances for the captain. Financially, I said his value was going to skyrocket past £100 million by this stage, but 97 million is close enough. Plus his transfer fee is going to be so much higher than that. I don't see where Sancho is starting in this English side, as there is so much competition for him to fend off. Don't think he'll make it into the starting 11, but he should well and truly be on the bench and coming off to make the impact. There you go, those are the lads on international duty, and we've gotten the confirmation that Noni's been called up. Here's the group England are facing at the Euros, still utilising this outdated old format. Nonetheless, they are facing Italy, Switzerland and Scotland in Group D. Now, before the poor bloke's even been able to return from his national team call-up with England, Napoli are already wasting no time in the summer transfer market, offering us up 133.5 million for the English right midfielder. Absolutely exceptional money. I don't know whether to accept it or just wait until he returns from the Euros. I don't want to put his mind in the wrong headspace, as they've made it all the way to the finals versus the Netherlands. Is football coming home in 2024? I really hope it doesn't happen in real life this year, but here in 2024 in FIFA, yeah, go for it. Well, we've paid the ultimate price and sacrifice for leaving the Madueke offer, as Napoli have withdrawn. We haven't responded. This summer, Napoli will not be getting their hands on a European winner, not only at club level, but internationally. Madueke, don't know how much of a part he played. A 2-1 win over Le Orange in the final, as they knocked out Spain in the semis 2-1, and they also took down Romania 2. So 2-1 was just a famous scoreline for them. I don't even think he got a game. Yeah, he didn't. He just got zero appearances, 0 goals, 0 assists. We've already used the Sancho replacement to help Dortmund achieve the ultimate goal, the ultimate success. What I'm going to opt for here in Season 5 is to see how much money we can earn Dortmund again. We all know they're a selling club, and at some stage they're always going to be selling off their assets for a big fee. So if any big clubs want to come forward, because we've actually listed him on the transfer list. Oh, here we go. Alright, Wolverhampton Wanderers. I didn't expect these guys to come through. It seems to be a popular method for these clubs just to avoid that gargantuan transfer fee, £84.3 million, plus Julian Alvarez, a player I'm familiar with. Is this the best offer to come through for Madueke? Probably not. Probably not the most money we could get out of him as well, now that he's valued at 109.5 mil. I'm going to reject that one for now, just because I want the club to receive maximum financial benefit from his sale. Now, how on earth, unless Saudi Arabian billionaires have taken over Fulham, can they afford Noni Madueke right now? They've offered up £111.8 million. This would be the biggest career downgrade. I was expecting the big six to be knocking, but no, it's relegation threatened Fulham. Alright, we'll accept that. Fair play to them. They've offered up the money, and not only is Madueke going to be headed back home to England, but he could be playing his football at Craven Cottage week in, week out. There's your email confirmation. As much as it might surprise me, the deed is done. The deal's gone through. He's been announced to the Fulham faithful right here. He is about to take over the Premier League. I am sure of it. Going from being a European champion with your national team and for Dortmund in the Champions League, I don't know how clubs like Fulham and Wolverhampton were offering in for him, but consider we're about 5 years into the game. I'm assuming Fulham has received some kind of financial takeover like Newcastle would have. In one of the weirdest transfers of all time, here is how he lines up in this team. He's got the likes of a supporting cast, going from Haaland to Ivan Cavallero and Patrick Bamford in up top. He's also joined by Keita Balde. He is head and shoulders above the rest, now boosted up to an 89 overall. If he can't get the Cottages European football, no one can. Fair play to them. They got a couple of decent signings here and there, but they shouldn't really be perfect candidates to be signing Madueke. But hey, that's mode for you. You're going to be seeing weird trade logic. You'd think he'd be taking the place of Solomon on the right-hand side as he enters a 4.5-star team. Let's see how he performs in his first season in the Prem. We're going to drop by the Fulham offices at the end of 2025, Season 5, or Madueke's first season in the Premier League. For one, let's check up on the standings. They've actually finished in 10th, bang in mid-table. No European football, but I guess that's a start. Actually making it quite far in the FA Cup, losing out 2-2 to Wolves in round 6. They didn't end up making it through to the semi, so I assume they lost in extra time or penalties. And over in the Carabao Cup, they were humbled by Liverpool 3-1 in round 3. With a transfer budget of £82 million, what kind of money were Fulham gifted at the start of the season? Nonetheless, let's check in on Madueke's performances. Obviously, +5 overall is the margin between him and the second best player at the club. In terms of stats, I don't get it. I honestly don't get it. Why would you spend 111 million pounds on this man? You weren't even going to play him in the first place. I don't know, this stuff just boggles my mind. The CPU preferring Manuel Solomon, the Israeli right midfielder. I can admit Solomon is a great player, but not as good as Madueke. And you can't tell me it was to do with the formation or something, because that is just what his position is, a right midfielder. Absolutely mind-boggling stuff from Fulham or whoever was managing this shipwreck, as he's a crucial first-team player. Surely a crucial first-team player should be getting more than no minutes on the pitch. That is just unheard of, and it's seen his value crash down to 107 million pounds. What a way to flush more than 100 million pounds down the drain. Thank you, Fulham. That was very epic of you. What an anticlimactic way to end off the video, going from winning the Champions League, winning the Euros with England, to not even getting a game at 10th place Fulham. What a crash right back down to reality. But that has been it for replacing Jadon Sancho at Borussia Dortmund. We've literally repeated the cycle, this time just with another young English player that can also play at right mid. He lived out a legendary career at Dortmund and ends on a blistering low here in Fulham. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that one. Let me know down in the comments below if I should continue this series. What players should I be replacing next? What clubs do I need to fix? What jobs should SirBCHD have on his plate? If you did go on to enjoy it, make sure to drop the video a like it down below. Hit subscribe, turn on the notifications as always. As I've been SirBCHD, have a great day and I'll catch you all in the very next video.